Got to get on that, yep. Let us play some Drawing a Blank. Let's start at MSG. Nick, you were at the Garden last night. Hawks and Knicks game 5. Clint Capella said before the game he'd send the Knicks packing. And then you know what he did? He helped send the Knicks packing. Trae taking a bow for the Garden crowd. Afterwards, here's how Trae explained it after the win.
Leading up to this game, I know where we are. I know it's a bunch of shows around this city, and I know what they do when the show is over. So that's pretty much what it was.
All right, Brandon, Trae Young's bow after eliminating the New York Knickerbockers was blank.
Oof. Listen, legendary. As a player, this is what you dream of. You dream of these moments. When you're in middle school, you can't wait to get on the court with the big boys. When you hit the varsity level and you dream of those moments, taking on the crosstown rivals and knocking down the big shot and doing your thing after so the crowd can just excite you even more and you just even go to another level. So this is legendary for Trae. We're talking about MSG rocking and, you know, the crowd going crazy. Game 1, they're saying F you, F you, F you. Game 2, he gets spit on. Game 3, he just takes it to a whole nother level. So this is legendary, Nick, and these are the moments where the little kids are watching and they start doing this. They start mimicking this. I'm watching this game with my son and I'm trying to teach them the fundamentals of the game and what they're doing and being humble. So now Z and Zoe, when they make a big shot, what they're going to be doing is this. So thank you, Trae Young, for disrupting my parenting and what I'm trying to do at home. I love it, but they're just 6. They're going to be doing it.
Oh, my goodness. Old man Brandon, think about the children. What example are you setting for the children? All right, so listen. I was there, and my answer is this is infuriating. He's an excellent player. This is a compliment, I promise. But he is so infuriating to watch because you know what he's going to do. You know how he's going to do it. And the defense at times seems powerless to stop it, even though last night I actually thought the Knicks did a decent job against him until the end. But also, Wilds, you know when I knew the Knicks were dead? When I wished I could have pulled my Knicks bet back was when I was walking into the Garden. And Wilds, you know what they were handing out as far as today's chant? It wasn't bleep you, Trae. It wasn't Trae Young is balding. It was, we love Randall. And I'm like, oh. Instead of trying to get in the opposition's head, you're actually just like, no, our alleged star is so in his own head, we need to do like a 18,000 person support group for him during the game. But like, oh, they're cooked. The Hawks are better. The Hawks know they're better. And it was infuriating to watch, infuriating to bet on. The whole thing was infuriating.
Say 18,000 support group.
You got a piece of paper, Xerox piece of paper that just said "We love Randall" on it. Like that was the officially.
It said today.
It's handwritten.
Yes, it was today's chant. We love Randall. I'll send you a picture of it, and then a little paragraph about why they love him. I'm like, all right, guys, what are we doing? What are we
chant the paragraph?
No, it was an explanation, an explainer.
I try to limit my screen time, but that seems like what the Jumbotron is for. I don't know if we're going to start killing trees to hand out "We Love Randall" pamphlets. I would have gone with Dipset at halftime. Congratulations, you went to a Dipset concert, also got a free basketball game out of it. Look, this totally backfired, and I think Nick touched on it. They tried to get into Trae Young's head, and Trae just was a true New Yorker of just like, keep it moving. You want to throw the ball at me? I don't care. Nerlens Noel, you want to bump into me? Keeping it moving. I think nobody's stock, maybe Luka, but we already thought Luka was amazing. Nobody's stock has risen higher to the point where Trae Young showed out in the world's greatest arena and now has proven, you know what? Not only do, negative influences from the crowd don't bother me, I actually like it. I want more of it. So good job, Trae Young. Right. Too bad you're probably going to get swept next round. Good job.
No, yeah, swept. What?
right, let's head to Philly.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons had a 19-point triple-double as the Sixers closed out the Wizards in Game 5 without Joel Embiid. Embiid has a lateral meniscus tear in his right knee that he will now rehab day-to-day for now. Still hope. Is Trae the NBA's new supervillain? Big changes in Boston, I'm sorry to admit. Will the Celtics be contenders after the shakeup in the front office? It was his doing, by the way, he wanted to leave. And the Lakers on the brink tonight. Can LeBron save their title chances? Good Thursday morning, everyone. Welcome to what should be a somber edition of First Things First. My guy has left the Boston Celtics. We'll talk about all that later. Jenna Wolf, Nick Wright, Brandon Marshall, Kevin Wells. We got bigger things to discuss. Nick Wright, this is it. Elimination game, buddy. How you feeling this morning?
You're right. Really, really tough spot for the Suns facing elimination since you know they can't beat LeBron in the Game 7. All the pressure on Phoenix.
Start the show.
12 hours from now.
We're going to do it, Brandon. We're going to start the show. Not with that, but with this.
Yeah,
Mavs,
let's
Clippers,
start the show,
Game
Brandon.
5. Once again, the Luka show. 42 points on 37 shots for Luka. How about his fourth 40-point playoff game? And still, he didn't think he did enough. He said after the game he was disappointed in some of his shots. He didn't play great in the fourth quarter, but still had a fantastic game overall. It was more than enough, though, to beat Kawhi and the Clippers. Kawhi, by the way, who missed that game-tying three-point attempt in the final seconds if you were watching this game. Clippers lose. They now sit on the brink of another early exit. But, Nick, let's focus on Luka. Clearly the highlight last night. Is he the best player in the playoffs?
Well, and Jenna, to be fair to Kawhi, I'm not certain we can say he missed a game-tying shot. That might have been a pass, because when it doesn't touch the backboard, the rim, or the net, you really don't know. Is that a shot or a pass? Who knows? But we can discuss Kawhi more later.
It's some shade.
Here's the thing, man. There is not another player in these playoffs that could have the Mavericks up 3-2 on the Clippers. The Mavericks are not a very good team. Kristaps Porzingis, before hitting a huge shot late, looked like he was just a spectator who had ambled onto the court. There's a time where Luka threw him the ball and he seemed shocked, like, oh, I'm playing. You've got Dorian Finney-Smith, who's a nice player, but he's out over his skis. They are starting Boban. Everybody loves Boban, but not to start in Game 5 of a playoff. None of it matters, because this 22-year-old Slovenian phenom goes 42, 8, and 14, and that actually understates his impact. Two things really give you the true picture of his impact. One is a number, and the other is a feeling. The number is this: 6. That is the total number of baskets the Mavericks had last night that were not either scored or assisted by Luka. It's the third highest percentage of field goals scored or assisted by a single player in a playoff game in recorded playoff history, according to Elias. That's the number that tells you. The feeling that tells you Luka right now, this very moment, is playing at a higher level than any player in the league with respect to Dame, with respect to KD, with respect to Jokic, and the other guys have been great in the playoffs, is the moment, Brandon, he tries to get a breather. The moment the Mavs are like, let's steal 2 minutes of rest for Luka, they look like a junior varsity team playing over their skis, like playing out of their league. He can't take a breather. It is reminiscent in so many ways of a young LeBron in Cleveland, where it's like, well, when he's on the court, we can compete with anybody, and the moment he goes off the court, we are totally screwed. And that's why he's wearing down in these fourth quarters. But, Brandon, I think he's been the best player